So when we get underway for this Milford Hardwood kickoff, it will be King Philip kicking towards us here in the booth as North Attleboro will be receiving the football first, going from right to left as they are in a huddle waiting for the officials to give them the okay. And now they break the huddle, and King Philip ready to go, getting ready to kick this ball deep down the field. Both teams spread out as King Philip will point to one end, to the other end, and we are just about underway. And here it comes. The kick for the Division III Super Bowl is underway. Recovered by North Attleboro around the 14, bringing it up past the 25 and down close to the 30 is North Attleboro, where they will take over for their first possession of this Super Bowl.
Yeah, Ruggiero will go ahead and grab that one, run straight up the middle of the gut, gets him to about the 29-yard line. A decent starting position for North Attleboro.
Take a look at Frankie Strachan, number 7, the running back for North Attleboro, 6'2", 250 pounds.
Yeah, that is a force to be reckoned with on that side, and he is going to be a hard guy to bring down.
As North Attleboro will be in the I form to open this game. Under center, the quarterback, he'll take the snap and give it right to Frankie Strachan, who's got a hole, and he'll barrel through the hole, still pushing his legs, getting close to that first down marker. Looks like he might be a tad short, but either way, a nice gain to start this game.
Yeah, and I can tell you something, that you're not going to see many breakaway home run calls for Strachan, but you're going to have a real hard time stopping him to less than 4 yards on each carry.
Absolutely. This is something that Milford had a hard time with when we were covering that game out in North Attleboro. As uptight now is North Attleboro, and we've got hands pointing from King Philip's side as if to say North Attleboro moved early.
Yeah, it did look that way. I believe it was the left guard for North Attleboro. It was Cam Villalpando who got just a little bit excited there, and he slightly twitched up. And that's what's going to force the penalty and back them up after that solid carry on first down.
So instead of 2nd and 1, it'll be 2nd and 6. From the shotgun now is Dylan Brousseau, the quarterback for North Attleboro. And he'll take the snap and run it to the right side where he doesn't get a ton. He's stacked up and taken down.
Yeah, it was the same formation that they came out on the last snap, and something like that would have been easily enough to get the first down. They run the same play call, and he gets a decent gain, but it's not going to be enough to get them the first down. Now they got 3rd and short to try and keep this first drive alive.
Dylan Quinn on the tackle that time for King Philip, stopping the quarterback from getting anything more than 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. I form this time for North Attleboro. One receiver lined out to the near sideline. They're going to give it to Strachan, who's met at the line and stacked up. I don't think he got to those sticks.
Yeah, and that was if there's one guy that's going to stop him, it's the other big running back on the King Philip side who is playing linebacker, and that's Talon King, who comes in and chops him down just shy of the first down marker, or shy of the line of scrimmage, and 4th and 3 coming up.
4th down and 3, and in the punting formation right now is North Attleboro. Back to receive that punt is King Philip, and I believe it's Canto. Here is the snap. It's a high one. Jumping in the air is the punter. He does come down with it, and it's a low line kick. Lined kick down towards the 35, still rolling past the 30 to the 25. So a good roll right there for North Attleboro, where it'll be touched right around the 23. It'll be King Philip ball when we come back to start things for them on MyFM 101.3.
Modern Design and Build out of Holliston is proud to sponsor your local high school football team. From dream kitchens to stunning home additions, we build it right here in your community. Visit designbuildmodern.com to book a free estimate, and let's build something great together.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, where King Philip will take over possession here in this first quarter. 3 minutes wasted for North Attleboro. They cannot score. We will see what King Philip can do. They line everything up tight with one receiver on the far sideline. Here's the snap, and they're going to hand it off. And it's a good run past the first down marker. Getting close to that 40-yard line is King Philip, and it was Canto.
Yeah, and he just absolutely exploded through a beautiful open hole that was made by the offensive line. Didn't get touched till he was about 7 or 8 yards downfield, and then he was able to bounce off of a guy and finally gets taken down after a gain of about 14.
Yeah, big gain right there from King Philip, starting with a statement, just a handoff in the I form for a first down. They'll go right back to the I form. No wide receivers lined up on the outside. North Attleboro does a quick shift at the defensive line. They'll give it to the second back through, and fighting his way past the 45 is King Philip this time. Another good gain.
Yeah, this time they go with Talon King, who is more of their power back, but he's able to run just as hard. In the game that I know you and I were on down in King Philip between Milford, there was a couple of times where he just absolutely bounced off of some tackles, and while he might not be the fastest, when he finds the open field, he can get going.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 from their own 47-yard line after the gain of 8. King Philip has a few different running backs, and it feels like North Attleboro has the one big one. Here is the snap, and it's another handoff, and it's going to be an easy first down for King Philip. They do get into North Attleboro territory.
Well, that was an interesting formation, and I'm not sure if I've seen it out of King Philip so far when I've seen them, but they actually had 3 running backs all lined up behind the quarterback instead of your traditional I formation with a fullback and a halfback. They looked like they had 2 fullbacks getting ready to block for Canto, who was able to get that first down.
1st and 10 for King Philip from the North Attleboro 48-yard line. 8:15 to play here in this first quarter. Again, everything up tight for King Philip. You'll hear that a lot tonight. Second back through. Here's the handoff. Going to the left side this time is King Philip. Nicely done. Getting 4 yards is KP. And nicely sniffed out as well is North Attleboro. Just an all-around pretty good play.
Yeah, the Rocketeers did a good job able to pile it up there, and that's really going to be the key is plugging up those holes and getting multiple bodies towards the area of the running back because just one guy is not going to really be able to bring a guy like King down, but you see as we watch the replay about 4 North Attleboro players all swarm around him and are able to pull him down.
KP taking a while this time in the huddle. They do break it now as they will put one receiver over on the near sideline. They'll go under center again, I form. King, the second back through. Here is the snap, and they're going to give it to King again. He's going to go through the middle, but he's going to go nowhere. And in on that tackle, it looked like big number 7, Strachan.
Yeah, a good job, though, there. It looked like he was number 79 for North Attleboro right there, Drew Custodio, who was able to break down that hole by pushing his guy down and kind of just plugged it up and allowed for the tacklers to come in and stop King. That's going to be the key. They got to stop the run play and force King Philip to have to try and throw this ball.
3rd and long is the key in this game if you're North Attleboro. Try to make, as you mentioned, Dylan, KP get a little uncomfortable. 3rd down and 6. They have 3 receivers lined up on the near sideline, 1 on the far, shotgun formation with a running back. It's Canto at the hip of the quarterback. Ball at the 43. Here's the snap, looking to throw, and it is caught at the sticks for the first down, and on his knees making that catch was Liam McGrath.
Yeah, it was just a really good play right there as staying calm, cool, and collected in the pocket with plenty of time was Gebhard, and once he found the sticks, McGrath just plopped himself down, and all he needed to do was catch the ball down to his knees, right in the chest, first down for KP.
Yeah, nicely done right there by Zach Gebhard, who hasn't been relied on a ton in games that we've seen, at least, Dylan.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a secondary option.
Here is the snap. It's going to be a handoff to the second back through. The fumble, and the ball is out, and it will be recovered by the Red Rocketeers. North Attleboro catches a break after the fumble.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful play. I believe it was number 8, Ryan Thompson, who ultimately ripped that one out. And it was as Canto was falling down. As we go ahead and look up on the replay right there, yeah, the ball just gets kind of poked loose there from Thompson out of Canto's arms. And that's exactly the turnover North Attleboro needed.
Trying to get a number on that recovery. I believe it was Sean Cornell, if I'm not mistaken, number 71 for North Attleboro, who recovered that football. So a big play from the North Attleboro defense gets the offense back on the field. They've got 3 running backs lined up in the I form, and they'll pitch it over to Strachan on the left side. He's pushing forward, trying to get close to the 30. He won't get there. They get to about the 28-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. If you are a fan of modern offenses and passing the ball, this is not the game for you. This is one for those oldies out there that loved when they just ran the ball 50 times a game, because that is what you are going to see from both of these teams. It's true old-style, grinded-out type of football.
2nd down and 8. They'll go with the same formation as the prior play. 3 running backs lined up behind the quarterback, Brousseau, who is under center. No deep safety. Here's the snap, and it's going to go to the 3rd back through. It's Strachan, who is stacked up quickly again. He'll get to the 31-yard line, which will set up about a 3rd and 3 or 4.
Yeah, good job of absorbing right there from KP and not allowing him to get too much momentum going and able to pull him down. And I'm not sure if that interesting converted 4-back or whatever I formation that they have has a name, but I'm quite inclined to call it the Connect 4 formation.
That's fine. We'll call it that. One receiver on the far sideline, as in the shotgun right now is Brousseau with 2 running backs near him. Brousseau is going to look to throw. He'll fire it deep down the field. He's got a man open, and it's caught on the run to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, still going to the 15 with a man on his back, and he's taken down finally. What a play by North Attleboro, in making the catch is number 10, Nathaniel Robin, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Nathaniel Robin. Make sure you remember that name. That is probably one of the best plays we will see all season long. Launches that one downfield, not only makes the connection, Robin catches his ball and then is contacted right around the 25-yard line.
Unbelievable.
And he drags his defender about 15 yards. It took a second defender to come in there to finally pull him down. If no one else came to his help, he was going to the end zone.
I had a triple take because he's 5'8", 160, and he carried a guy 12 yards.
Insane.
3 running backs behind the quarterback, Brousseau, who hands it off to Strachan, who's looking for a lane. He's a bit patient this time. Now he's barreling forward, and he gets close to the 5-yard line, where he'll be taken down. North Attleboro with a statement early in this game.
Yeah, good job right there on 1st down to get a huge chunk of yardage, about 8 right there. But, Joe, I still can't stop thinking about that last play right there, the huge time connection. And you mentioned 5'8". I mean, he was bullying through, and the kid's only a sophomore as well. I mean,
He's got the heart of a lion, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be talk of the town come tomorrow.
So it's 2nd down and 3. We're gonna get a stoppage here. We'll see who called the timeout.
KP.
It will be a King Philip timeout. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 3 for North Attleboro on MyFM 101.3.
This high school broadcast is being sponsored in part by All Temps Systems. At All Temps, they deliver the highest level of quality for your comfort. Experienced technicians, customer-first mindset, and upfront pricing, all at All Temps. They service all brands and are licensed and fully insured on all services performed. Have All Temps service all of your home comfort needs for you and your family. All Temps is your #1 team. All Temps Systems, Pond Street in Milford.
Your home protects your family, so protect your home with new roofing, gutter upgrades, and fresh siding from Cannell Roofing. Trusted workmanship, honest pricing, local crews. Cannell Roofing, built to last. Visit cannellroofing.com today.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, lots of fireworks here in the Division III Super Bowl already. North Attleboro has 2nd and 3 from the King Philip 6-yard line. They are knocking on the door after a huge play to get them down here.
Yeah, King Philip had to call a timeout there just to try and regroup themselves and try and take away some of the momentum. They're going to try and come up with a big stop here in the goal line situation.
Everything up tight. Three running backs behind the quarterback. Here is the snap. It'll go to Strachan, who's looking for a lane up the middle. He won't get to the 1st down marker. He'll push forward for maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 5.
Yeah, good job just getting there and stopping him up, and I think we might have a player down here right now, and that is Strachan, and that would be a tough loss if he's out for a long time.
Yeah, that is concerning for sure. He looks like he's in a pretty good deal of pain. So we're going to take a quick break here on MyFM 101.3. We'll come back with third down.
From contractors to consultants, restaurants to retail, every business is unique. They all, however, have the same goal, to get more out of their money. At Charles River Bank, we offer checking accounts that make banking easy, convenient, and personal. With support from local people who live and work in your neighborhood and can help deliver the powerful solutions your business needs. So if you're looking for an account and a relationship that works for your business, we're here for you. Charles River Bank, member FDIC, DIF.
Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well as private parties. For the best pizza in the Milford area, it's Pepperoncini's. Bring the family to Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill. You won't leave hungry. Gluten-free pizza on the menu.
Back here at Gillette Stadium as Frankie Strachan is being very slowly taken to the sideline. Obviously a big concern here.
Yeah, it's tough to see someone go down, especially in a Super Bowl, especially pretty much their star player who's helped them get here and a huge part of their offense. And it's even tougher after what you just saw ensue. They forced a fumble. They got the recovery. They had a big-time play. And now your big-time guy is getting really hauled off. It doesn't look too pretty for him, and I'm not sure we're going to see him again tonight.
Yeah, as the clock continues to roll down, there's 2:55 now as they stop the clock. So we'll see what's going on with that as the referees are kind of just standing around right now.
Yeah, I think they're trying to
They changed the clock back. There we go.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to confirm that all was good and he was off the side, and now they'll get started again.
Yep, now they'll restart the clock. So from 3:01, now we start again. So they officially call it 3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. I thought they were stopped around the 5, but I guess that's why you wait for the officials to call it, right? 3rd and 1 from the 4. Now they have two backs in the I form. Brousseau under center, puts a man in motion, going to the far sideline. Here is the snap. He's just going to push forward on a quarterback sneak, and he certainly got the distance for the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get about 2 yards there on the carry. A guy like him, you don't expect to have too much power behind him to go ahead and push on through, but he does just enough to get the first down, and he gets, just a giant hole really opened up for him after looking at the replay there.
So they're calling it from the 1. So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, and this is where you need a big guy like Strachan to just push his way through.
Yeah, and it looks like coming in the backfield now, I think Nathaniel Robin is there.
Under center, Brousseau going to give it to the second back through. He's looking for a lane in. Is he in? We wait for the signal, and I don't think he got there.
No, I think he was actually stuffed right at the line of scrimmage before he was pushed back. It was Robin, the running back. I guess he used all his power up on that big-time catch, and now a potential for a big-time stop. They got to do it 2 more times.
Yeah, he might have even lost maybe about a half a yard on that play, so a little bit further back on this 2nd and goal opportunity, still officially from the 1.
They're going to keep with the I formation, though.
Yep, I form. They do have a wide receiver lined up far on the near sideline, as now they will break the huddle as a timeout is called, and North Attleboro will take another timeout here, and we will go to a quick break ourselves. That was actually North Attleboro's first timeout of the half. So when we come back, it'll be 2nd and goal on MyFM 101.3.
When you sponsor with the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, you're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today.
Back here at Gillette Stadium for the Division III Super Bowl between North Attleboro and King Philip. Still scoreless with 1:24 to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's MyFM presentation of the Division III Super Bowl is brought to you by Cannell Roofing in Rentham. Check out how they can protect your home at cannellroofing.com. Second and goal from the 1-yard line for North Attleboro, trying to punch it in for the first points of the day for either squad. I form with one receiver lined up on the near sideline. Here is the snap, and they'll give it to the second back through. Hit immediately. Is he going to push his way in? We wait for the signal. He's in. Touchdown. King Philip does not stop him before the line of scrimmage where it originally looked like they were going to. It'll be 6-0 North Attleboro.
Yeah, I mean, Robin looked like he was stopped at first, and he kind of just kept turning those legs, and he was about to fall down, but instead he extends his body forwards, is kind of able to launch away at that lower level where no one's able to stop him, and dives in for the touchdown.
So 6-0 pending the extra point with 1:18 to go. Here is the kick, and that is good. It is 7-0. North Attleboro leads. King Philip looking to answer next on MyFM 101.3.
From contractors to consultants, restaurants to retail, every business is unique. They all, however, have the same goal, to get more out of their money. At Charles River Bank, we offer checking accounts that make banking easy, convenient, and personal. With support from local people who live and work in your neighborhood and can help deliver the powerful solutions your business needs. So if you're looking for an account and a relationship that works for your business, we're here for you. Charles River Bank, member FDIC, DIF.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, where North Attleboro strikes first over King Philip. King Philip down 7-0 in this game. They'll get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, it was only right that Robin gets to close that one out right there. I mean, he did the big time work there on the big play, and first time through he gets stuffed, but the second time he's able to push his way through and dive for the end zone. Great to also see all the offensive teammates go check in on their teammate Strachan on the sideline, who's still not looking too good.
Yeah, he's still kind of hobbled up over along that bench as this kick now will go end over end towards the sideline, and it's caught by King Philip on a hop. It looked like it was going to roll out of bounds. It didn't. So good heads-up play right there by King Philip to get that football as it was live.
Yeah, that ball bounced right around the 30-yard line, and it looked like it was Marty Rogers, number 3, who was barreling down on this near sideline for North Attleboro. The ball bounced, and it kind of bounced straight up in the air, and luckily King Philip was able to go and get the live ball, but it was really close where North Attleboro, actually a really good block was thrown by one of the KP players. It was number 33, Kyle Danson. Otherwise, Marty was going to go and grab that ball.
As they show Mike Strachan, the head coach of North Attleboro, on the scoreboard. Frankie is the son of Mike. Now it's I form for, actually full house set for King Philip, as they'll hand it off to the left side of the offense, and they won't get much.
Yeah, now trying to reestablish the run game after North Attleboro did a good job of absorbing the pressure and forcing a fumble.
Well, they go right back to Canto. Canto, I believe, was the one who fumbled the ball last time. Is that correct?
He was, yeah, and it really wasn't his fault. I mean, it was as he was falling down to the ground, and just a good job of stripping that ball out of his hands. I mean, we saw the same thing last game with Jake Banda, who also lost one, but you're gonna keep going with the guy who's been your key player all season long.
So 2nd and 9 from their own 34-yard line, 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Another full house set for King Philip. They'll try to run it to the left side again. This time they've got a hole to the 40, 45 to midfield, where he's taken down into North Attleboro territory.
Yeah, that time it was Talon King right there, the bigger power running back for them. He was able to bully his way through after he found that hole, and really he was probably about 1 or 2 broken tackles away from bringing that in for a house call.
Quick run this time from King Philip as they quickly get to the line. They'll get to the 45 of North Attleboro, trying to squeeze another play in before the end of the quarter. Now the clock will roll to 6-5, and I don't believe they're going to get another playoff here. So that will do it for the first quarter. North Attleboro has the lead 7-0 over King Philip. but King Philip is driving here on MyFM 101.3.
Step into pure bliss at Wink Salon and Spa, located at 32 Hastings Street in Mendon. Let your tension melt away with our full-spectrum infrared sauna and Normatec compression therapy. Rejuvenate with personalized facials, soothing massage therapy, and a wide range of beauty services, including lash extensions and expert hair styling. Whether you need a quick refresh or a full day of pampering, Wink Salon and Spa is the perfect escape. Book now at 508-381-1422 or visit winksalonspa.com. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential.
Whoa! Oh.
Oops, sorry.
That's fine, honey.
Mom, I'm home from practice, and I brought the whole team.
Oh, the floor. Okay, that's great. No, that's great.
Hey, honey. Can you believe all the rain?
Oh, we need new floors.
Milford Hardwood, South Main Street, Milford. Your hardwood flooring professionals with a large selection of hardwood flooring to meet your budget. Pick up a sample today.
Fresh 12 on the scoreboard here at Gillette Stadium. It is 7-0 North Attleboro over King Philip right now here in the second quarter. 2nd and 6 for KP. Ball on the North Attleboro 45-yard line. You know what's coming if you're North Attleboro. It's just, can you stop it?
Yeah, exactly. And right now I'm seeing that Canto is in the backfield right now. And so far today, King's been the better running back, but with the speed and the ability and agility that Canto has, at any point in this game, he has that chance of breaking one out for a big run.
So both teams just kind of standing around right now. We do have to wait for the official commercial timeout to conclude. So that's why both teams are just kind of standing around. Bit of an extended break compared to what the typical high school season is like. Usually they're right up on the ball already.
Yeah, and that's what the person standing right next to the head official, that is their sole job, is to tell them when commercial is going to start and when commercial will go ahead and end. So it looks like we have a bit of an extended one here. But
how do you get that job in the NFL? I feel like that'd be a pretty good job.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You definitely got to work your way up for that. I'm sure
Lots
that
of
is
training.
not. I'm sure that's not their only job they do all season long, though.
Well, I want that to be my only job I do all season long. Anyways, I form this time for King Philip again with a receiver lined up on the far sideline. They do put a man in motion coming to the near sideline, lined up in the tight end position. They'll fake the handoff. It's a play action, looking to throw now, and dumping it off into the flat is King Philip. Missing a tackle is North Attleboro. Another missed tackle to the 30, down to around the 27-yard line. A huge play right there for King Philip.
Yeah, connects with Kyle Danson there, who just slipped out into the flat on the play action play to Canto towards the near side, rolls out towards that far side, and it looked like for a second North Attleboro had it locked up and they were going to be able to maybe take the quarterback down in the backfield, but he finds Danson, who breaks a couple tackles and does enough to get them the first down. Big-time play.
Gabbard to Danson, down to the 28-yard line. Pickup of about 17. I form again. Here is the snap. Second back through. It's Canto to the left side. He gets tripped up right around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like there was a carry. They wanted to run up the middle, and the hole opened up towards the edge. As he tried cutting out towards that edge, it looked like his tackle, who had fallen down, he kind of just clipped his heel or something, and it broke up that play. Does get a solid gain, though, to set up a second down.
2nd and 7 from the 25. 11 minutes to go in the half. North Attleboro with a 7-0 lead. Big shift from King Philip's offensive line. Everyone in motion. They all get set. Now they'll hand it off to, I believe that's King, who's pushing forwards. He'll get a couple.
Yeah, an interesting swap right there, as basically the entire offensive line shifted to the right. Maybe 2 or 3 guys also jumped onto that far side as well there, just trying to catch North Attleboro out and get this run game going. But again, North Attleboro does a really good job of locking it up and getting the first guy. And the key with the first guy is you have to try and just hold him up as much as you can and wait and hope that you're going to get those second, third, and fourth tacklers in there as well.
Showing Aiden Jackson on the scoreboard right now. He was in on that tackle. 3rd and 5 according to the scoreboard. The ball on the 23-yard line. Man in motion, 2 receivers on the near side. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Cantu, who's eludes a tackler. Now he'll push forwards. He certainly got the first down. He gets close to the 10-yard line. Huge pickup right there for King Philip.
Well, and that's exactly what Canto can do for you. I mean, he's really shifty. You get him the ball, and I think he was really good there because he was a lot more patient in the backfield, waiting. He found the hole, and then he used his shiftiness to juke around 2 guys, and then was able to get the first down. He has those small sprints that he's able to just burst out.
9:45 to play in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 for King Philip. Ball on the 11. 3 running backs behind the quarterback. Gibbard with the ball. He'll give it to King, who's going to push forward, and he gets stacked up right around the 7-yard line. Pickup of about 4.
Yeah, King got stopped just about beyond the line of scrimmage, and he almost came to basically a full standstill once he got through. I think he might have kind of just tried to step over a defender. Yeah, he had to bring that trailing leg. He was basically straddling one of his offensive linemen, and that really was what slowed him up.
So 2nd and 6 from the 7 of North Attleboro as we tick towards 9 minutes. No receivers lined up on the outside. I form right now for King Philip. Now a man goes in motion. He's going to go to the far sideline. Here's a snap. It's a second back through. It's Canto pushing forwards, and he gets inside the 5 to about the 4.
Yeah, he's still going to be shy of that marker. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down there. Again, trying to open up that hole, and it was open, but then a good job collapsing in on it was North Attleboro. It looked like it was number 73 who really came up with the big-time tackle. Again, it's Aiden Jackson, the sophomore.
6'3", 254. That is not a sophomore size.
No, it definitely is not. I hope he's hit his growth spurt. Otherwise, it's going to be scary.
3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line. 3 running backs lined up behind Gibbard, but we're going to get a timeout. North Attleboro is going to take one here with 8:11 to play in the half. North Attleboro is going to make a big stop defensively. Next on MyFM 101.3.
You know that amazing feeling when you hit every green light on Main Street? Woohoo! Take that feeling with you when you start shopping for your new home. With a mortgage pre-approval from Milford Federal, you've got the green light to find your dream home. Why get pre-approved? Well, peace of mind, competitive edge, and savings. With your pre-approval, Milford Federal will pay for your appraisal when you find your home. And with your pre-approval in hand, it's nothing but green lights through closing. Appraisal fee to be credited at closing. New purchase, construction, or refinance customer only. Offer cannot be used in conjunction with any other discount. Offer must be confirmed with application. Valid 2/24/2025 while offer lasts. Offer subject to change at any time. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 465956. Visit your local branch today to get pre-approved or apply online at milfordfederal.com.
Football game, hometown pride, and American Climbers serving in and around Hopkinton is right there with you. Proud sponsor of high school football and your go-to for expert tree care. Play hard, climb harder. AmericanClimbers.com.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, it will be 3rd and 3 for KP as both sidelines now jog towards the middle of the field. From the 4-yard line of North Attleboro, huge play in this football game. Got to think it's 4 downs here if you're KP. 3 running backs behind the quarterback, and they'll give it to the 3rd back through. He's going to get stacked up before the first down marker. That'll set up 4th down after a gain of about 2.
Yeah, standing tall once again, this North Attleboro defense on Talon King, who's no easy man to take down. But again, just clogging up that hole and getting to the back early before he can get his momentum going. And now a 4th down and 1. And it's going to be a tough one for North Attleboro to come up with the stop.
I believe it was Joe Ruggiero on the stop. Full house set for King Philip, 4th and 1. Here it is, and it's a quarterback sneak getting towards the end zone. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown on 4th and 1. KP converts.
Yeah, I mean, that one they just went ahead and tucked under center and said, Gebhard, you're going to do this one. We're going to push you all the way in. And he was in with some well yards to go as well. They're back on the scoreboard and have a chance to tie things up here.
So it's 7-6 pending the extra point. King Philip with a huge response in this game. With 7:28 to go in the half, they have a chance to tie it on this very next play. Here is the snap. The kick is up, and is it good? Yes, it is good. We have a 7-7 ball game here at Gillette Stadium. And we'll come back with some more football action next on MyFM 101.3.
This is Paul Serpine. If you're a regular MyFM listener, you know me as the voice of Claflin Hill Symphony Orchestra, the guy who gets to stand in front of some of the best musicians in the region, wave a stick at them, and magically amazing music pours out. When I'm in front of our orchestra, I'm in my element. But when I'm in front of my oil burner at 4:30 in the morning with no heat, I'm as useful as a 6-month-old baby. I made a call to Jeffrey Mushnick and his orchestra over at Medway Oil and Propane, and what a performance by Jeffrey and his skilled technicians. Medway Oil and Propane.
Tonight's MyFM presentation of the Division III Super Bowl is brought to you by Cannell Roofing in Rentham. Check out how they can protect your home at cannellroofing.com. King Philip with a huge answer in this football game nods things up at 7. They'll be kicking deep to North Attleboro. Here it is. The kick will be a low liner towards the 10-yard line, recovered by North Attleboro at officially the 9, to the 20, to the 25, pushing towards that 30-yard line, still pumping his legs as North Attleboro, but taken down at the 30.
Yeah, so it'll be another possession coming up here for North Attleboro, but they're going to have to do it now without Strachan in at running back. We'll see how that shifts things, how much they rely on the running game or how much they try and mix in the passing game maybe a little bit more often here. It'll be sure interesting as Strachan, again, is still seated on the sideline, and I think it's probably fair to say that his day is done.
So it will be Brousseau most likely being relied on a lot more. He's 6 feet, 160, so not the most heavy guy in the world.
Yeah.
That's for sure, but he's got some good height to him. We haven't seen a ton of Brousseau in these past couple of games. Obviously, we did the game a few weeks ago, but that was mostly Frankie Strachan. So curious to see how they do recover in this football game without the big running back, as the snap from the shotgun is off, and they'll throw a little screen pass that skipped over to the far sideline. So that will be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, trying to connect out of the backfield there with Robin, but just really unable to get it out to him. There's some pressure, and really there is a couple guys that were coming down to tackle Robin in the backfield, just incomplete, trying to get something going there on 1st down.
7:14 to go in the half. 7-7 your score, 2nd and 10, ball on the 30. Tied up if you're just tuning in, 7-7. I form this time for North Attleboro with one receiver lined up on the outside on the far side. Here is the snap, and up the middle this time is North Attleboro with a handoff, and that will be a gain of about 3 or 4. Taking the handoff that time is number 10, Nathaniel Robin.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be the star running back that is going to have to try and get things done now here. But on 3rd down, I would imagine we're going to see a passing play coming up for North Attleboro.
6:50 to play in the half. Time ticking. 3rd and 7, ball on the 33-yard line. They break huddle. They're in the shotgun. There will be one receiver lined up on the near side with 2 on the far side.
No safety help.
No safety help, as you mentioned. Now they're going to put a man in motion to that far sideline, rolling out, looking to throw deep down the field. He's got a man open, and it's caught to the 20, to the 15. He's got one man to beat. He's taken down at the 12-yard line, but another huge gain this time for North Attleboro.
Yeah, this time connecting with Ryan Gustafson right there was Brousseau. He had pressure barreling down on him, and he just dropped an absolute dime down the middle of the field. That's 2 times now that North Attleboro has been able to break open a big-time pass there.
As a huge play develops, and the big plays are really what has hurt King Philip in this game so far.
Yeah, and you thought it was going to be the running game of North Attleboro, but when they come to these 3rd downs where they need to go long and they go with the pass, they choose to go really deep with the passes, and there's no safety help to help out the DB.
Pistol formation right now for North Attleboro. Here's the snap. They'll fake the handoff. Looking to throw right now is Brousseau, and nearly making the catch in the far side of the end zone is North Attleboro, but it lands incomplete. Double coverage. It was a well-placed football.
Yeah, it was intended for Ryan Thompson right there, and they were trying to just drop that one in, and it didn't look like that Brousseau was ever really comfortable back there in the pocket. He never got his feet set, but it was a really good throw, and I don't think you could have asked for any better, because if he threw that just even the smallest bit more under, the DB could have easily picked it off.
Yeah, and he's going the distance, too, because he's underneath everybody. So that would have been a pick six if he throws it on a line. I form with a receiver lined up on the far sideline. Brousseau under center. Here is the snap. They're going to give it to the second back through to the right side. He's trying to kick it out. He'll get past the 10 to about the 9 where he's taken down. This is a huge play for both sides.
Yeah, and it looked like there was a little bit of confusion on the KP side right there as they ran it to the weak side of the defense, but they did a good job converging and not allowing the guy through, because Robin, if he was able to get past that edge, they did a good job closing it down, and he actually stumbled as he fell forward, and now a third down. And, I mean, it's practically impossible with how the chains are set up to get a first down without scoring a touchdown here.
3rd down and 7 according to the scoreboard. Ball on the 8. 5:14 to play here. Lots of time being taken off. Got to wonder if North Attleboro is just going to take a timeout.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're probably going to do. I mean, they're still giving the call to the quarterback, and it seems like there is no urgency at all.
Yeah, I think they want to talk things a little bit longer. We'll take a quick break with 5 minutes to go in the half exactly. North Attleboro takes their final timeout of the half. On the other side will be a big 3rd down on MyFM 101.3.
When you sponsor with the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, you're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today. A strong roof, tight gutters, and durable siding. That's your best defense this winter. Keep your home protected with Canal Roofing in Rentham. Inspections, repairs, and full installs. Canal Roofing, ready for any weather.
Division III Super Bowl action here at Gillette Stadium. North Attleboro is not at even with King Philip, but North Attleboro has the ball 3rd and 7 at the KP 9. 5 minutes to go in the half. Exactly. Huge play for both sides here, Dylan.
Yeah, and I was going to say I would think they go with a pass, but the way they're lined up, I formation, might be a run play.
Under center now is Brousseau with one receiver on the near side. They're going to pitch it over. Looking to throw. He's looking to throw. He's just going to chuck it out of the back of the end zone as no play developed in the end zone for him to throw. But it was a pitch and an attempted pass that will land incomplete.
Well, I mean, as soon as I saw the quarterback pitch it and I saw him sprinting out to the far sideline, I knew exactly what was coming. And a smart play, though, there by the running back. Nothing going, just chuck it out the back of the end zone. And it looks like we're going to get our first field goal attempt on the day.
Finally, the kickers are getting some love. This will be a 26-yard field goal for North Attleboro. Here is the snap. It's a good one. The kick is up, and it is good. 10-7 is your lead for North Attleboro with 4:49 to play in the half. KP with a chance to take the lead at the end of the half. Next on MyFM 101.3.
Want to make your event unforgettable? Let the 101.3 MyFM event marketing team bring the energy and excitement. Whether it's a festival, corporate event, or community celebration, we've got you covered with live broadcasts, DJ equipment, rentals, and more.
We'll work with you to create a custom bundle that fits your needs. Visit myfmtoday.com and fill out our EMT request form. Let's make your next big occasion one to remember. Together with MyFM.
So it was Nick Torres, the kicker for North Attleboro, who puts them ahead. 10-7, North Attleboro leads over KP. The Warriors will get the football back with 2 timeouts and 4:49 to work with. As North Attleboro will be pointing to each sideline, and the kick is directed, a pop-up kick, and it's recovered by King Philip right around the 31-32 line. Well-placed kick that time.
Yeah, it was good, and it called the fair catch. I mean, you almost could have just let that one roll out of bounds as well.
Well, they tried that last time, and it took a funny hop, and it stayed in bounds. So I think you're better off just grabbing the football.
Yeah, I guess that is fair, and you'll take that. It's pretty decent field position right there, just beyond the 30.
Yeah, and not to mention there was a lot of hang time on that kick as well. So you got to think that North Attleboro is booming down that sideline, assuming that they have a chance at getting that football.
Yeah, and going back to that kick, it wasn't an easy kick too, because the ball was all the way on the near sideline, and he just drilled that one, split both the uprights. All credit to Nick Torres on the cold weather.
Man in motion, I form for King Philip to get things going here on this drive. And it's a snap, and it'll be a handoff to King, the second back through, who won't get much.
Yeah, he was met right at the line of scrimmage, and while he falls forward, I think North Attleboro will take that as they just absorb the contact and run attack from King, who manages to get about 2 yards there on first down.
Talon King, 6'1", 230, according to the roster. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 34. 4:15 to play here in half number 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. Joe Rice, Dylan Patemry giving you Division III Super Bowl coverage. Shotgun formation, King Philip with the ball. 2 receivers far sideline, 1 on the near. Now he'll go in motion towards that far sideline, but it is a handoff to Canto in motion, and he'll get close to the first down marker. He'll be taken down right before the 40, so it should be 3rd and short.
Yeah, that one might get ruled as a pass. It might have been one of those jet touch passes right there. But regardless, it's basically the same. Just one counts for running, one counts for receiving. As we go ahead and get the replay right there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it was. And that's kind of what you want to do is Canto hasn't really been able to work out of the backfield. So they try getting him in the wide receiver slot.
I form quickly to the line is King Philip. Pushing through the first back through is KP, and that should be a first down.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. It looked like he had the first down, and then the fullback launched himself forward to try and just get that extra yardage. But they do get the first down. A good job right there, and now they can keep on rolling. 3:20 on the clock.
I believe it was number 35, Ryan Greenwood, who converted that third down.
That sounds right, yeah.
So it'll be shotgun formation again for King Philip. No deep safeties at all for North Attleboro, trusting that it'll be a run. But it's not. It's a play action. Under pressure, making the throw and connecting with his receiver that time is the quarterback, Gabbard, who had to stand in there and make a tough throw.
Yeah, it was a good throw. He finds Kyle Danson right there, and just a really good throw because there was 2 defenders on either side, one high and one low, and he just lofts that ball with pressure on him above the blitzing linebacker, and is able to drop that one straight into the breadbasket of Danson and able to get them close to the first down marker.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ball on the North Attleboro 47-yard line. 2:50 to play in the half. They still have a pair of timeouts. I form with the receiver lined up on the far sideline. Here is the snap. Second back through. It's King. Bounces off a tackle. He's got a lane to the 40, to the 35. One man to beat, but he's taken down at about the 34-yard line, but a big gainer.
Yeah, and that's a tough one because I think if he had it too, he had the end zone. If he was just able to bounce himself out a little bit more towards that sideline, instead he tried to take the tight cut off of his wide receiver, almost like he was running off of a screen in basketball, but coming up with the big stop right there and tackle was Milo House.
I form again for KP. That one receiver lines up on the near side this time, and they're going to give it to Canto through the middle. He gets close to the 30, but he's driven back.
Yeah, Cantor's just, he hasn't had it so far really much this game. He had one play where he did a good job evading, but again, that was the outside. He doesn't really do too well running right up the middle. He does better when he finds that space, and he has the ability to break out towards the sideline and use his speed.
Under 2 to play here in the half. Minute 55 to go, and the clock is ticking. 2 receivers are lined up on the far sideline. 2 receivers on the near sideline. No deep safety. Now there's one deep safety for North Attleboro. Man goes in motion to the far sideline. Here's the snap. Gabbard looking to throw. It's one-on-one coverage on the outs on the near sideline. Does he come down with it? He does. The catch is made by King Philip. Liam McGrath on the catch. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one where Gabbard just goes ahead and says, McGrath, this is your chance to make a play. He puts one right over double coverage, only where McGrath can go up and make the catch, even with a man which was could have maybe been pass interference, but goes up and catches that one.
We're going to get a timeout for King Philip when we come back. They have the ball in the red zone next on MyFM 101.3.
Do you want your business, team, or family to look their best? Head to the Embroidery Bar in Milford, your local shop for custom embroidery and t-shirt design. From shirts to hats, cups to flasks, if you can dream it, they can stitch it.
I'm John, co-owner of the Embroidery Bar. We're right here in Milford, and we love helping local schools, teams, and businesses show off their pride. Big or small, we've got you covered.
Stop by the Embroidery Bar at 208 Main Street, second floor, right here in Milford. Or you can visit them online at theembroidery-bar.com. The Embroidery Bar in Milford, the local go-to for looking your best. Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well.
Back here at Gillette Stadium as they quickly get back to the line. King Philip ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 16. They'll give it to Canto, who's looking for a lane to go to the far sideline. He's taken down. He is taken down behind the line, and the clock continues to roll. 1:25 to go here in the half. King Philip with one timeout.
Yeah, they were trying to get him to work towards that far sideline, starting by working east to west before going north and south, and ultimately just nothing opened up. The more he shifted over towards that far sideline, the more that North Attleboro was just able to track him there and pull him down.
2nd and 12 from the 18 of North Attleboro. King Philip down by 3 points with a minute to go in the half. Shotgun formation. Gabbard in the gun, puts a man in motion. Now he's going to look to throw. And he's rolling out to the far sideline. He's got a lane to run to the 5. Is he in? He might have been pushed out just before, but a huge gain to set them up at the 1 as a North Attleboro player is in some good pain.
Yeah, and so is Gebhard right there. But before we address the injuries, I just want to address that play by Gebhard. Sees nothing there. He starts scrambling towards the far side and is able to turn up right at the sideline. Keeps feet inbounds as he trickles along there before being stopped right before the end zone. Putting his body on the line right there was Joseph Ruggiero, stopping basically at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, I mean, this was a heavy contact from both players, and both players are at least slow to get up. Gebhard was down on all fours for a while, and it looks like Ruggiero is still down over on that end zone area. Let's take it to a quick break here. We'll see how quickly they can pop up next on MyFM 101.3.
Flood Fire Pro of Franklin is proud to stand with our local athletes. From floods to fire, they restore more than property, they restore peace of mind. Visit floodfirepro.com, supporting our high school football team all season long. GNC Plumbing and Heating is proud to support our local football teams and athletes. Just like a strong defense on the field, they're here to keep your home running smoothly. Big enough to tackle any project and small enough to treat you like family. Visit GNCplumbing.com to learn more. When you sponsor with the MyFM Media local sports network, you're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, there's 45 seconds to go in this half. Gebhard with a huge run to set up KP. 1st and goal from the North Attleboro 1-yard line.
It does look like he's going to sit out a play.
Okay, so he was a little banged up, and I think he's ready to go on the next play if they don't get in here. 1st and goal from the 1. I form for King Philip. Quickly to the line, getting in to the end zone are the Warriors. Just like that, they have a 13-10 lead.
Yeah, I mean, just pushing that one straight up the middle, in for the touchdown. Number 35, Ryan Greenwood, who operates mostly as the fullback.
King Philip wasting absolutely no time getting to the line quickly, snapping the ball first back through, and it is Greenwood with the score. 13-10 Warriors. They're trying to put on an extra point to make it a 4-point game. 43 seconds to go here in the half. Here is the snap. It's a good one. The kick is up. It's a liner, and it's good. 14-10 Warriors have the lead. 43 seconds to go in the half. We will see what North Attleboro wants to do offensively next on MyFM 101.3.
It's time for the Reynolds Report, your local sports spotlight on MyFM. From Friday night football and basketball buzzer beaters to the unsung stars of field hockey, track and field, and more. I've got all the highlights, scores, and stories from around the MyFM listening area. Stay up to date with the Reynolds Report and read more at myfmtoday.com. Local sports covered the way they should be, only on the Reynolds Report on MyFM.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, KP has taken the lead for the first time today. They have a 14-10 lead with 43 seconds to go in the half. North Attleboro due to get the football next. They have no timeouts to work with, so field position is key here if they're going to try to go get some points. Pointing to both sidelines now is King Philip. And here is the kick. It's high, end over end, towards the middle of the field. Picked up by North Attleboro and bobbled right around the 15. The ball's still out. Who is going to land on it?
I think KP might have this one.
As we'll wait for the official signal,
no.
North Attleboro has it. So they avoid a disaster.
Well, Joe, before we came back on air, we were briefly discussing if they were going to try and go for things here or not. After that muff punt, I think there's no doubt they just want to kneel this one and get to halftime. Really, KP should have had
that ball.
After it was missed by both kick returners diving on it, and it fell to one of the KP players, but then it bounced off of his leg and straight back to one of the returners where it was recovered. I believe it was number 15, Milo House, who finally fell on that one.
They're spreading things out, North Attleboro is, as they have 4 receivers on the near sideline. Here's the snap. They're going to roll out. He's going to tuck and run. He's got a bit of a lane to the 25. He'll get out of bounds around the 29. He's pushed out as well. So with 30 seconds to go, the clock will stop. It was Brousseau on the keep.
Well, I mean, I thought for sure after what had just ensued, you just kneel the ball out, take the 4 points that you're trailing by, and then head into halftime. I mean, especially with the injuries that they've gotten so far in this game. But it looks like they're going to be aggressive here to close out the first half.
30 seconds to go. 2nd and 2 for North Attleboro. Ball on their own 29-yard line. Again, empty set. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side. Brousseau alone in the shotgun. Now he'll put a man in motion going towards that far sideline. Here is the snap. He'll roll. Now he'll tuck and run over the middle of the field to the 35, to the 40, and he's going to be taken down right around the 42-yard line. He's got to quickly get to the line here, I believe.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you just got to spike this ball. And
the clock is stopped.
The coach said exactly that.
Yeah, the clock is stopped. I don't know why the clock is stopped.
Well, because they got the first down.
Okay, fine, fair enough. 21 seconds to go. Ball on the 42. They'll spike it, so it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 42 with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, so he knew he got the first down, and I was thinking the same thing is that you got the first down, get ready to spike it, and then you still have 3 downs to try and get the next first down.
Nicely done right there from North Attleboro, quickly getting to the line. Once they whistled that play that the clock was going to roll, they quickly spiked the ball down. So
I do think you got to get a big chunk play, and I think now is the time to just try and unleash one deep downfield if you're gonna really try and go and score points here.
My mistake. I thought they spiked the ball down. They did not. I guess now we're gonna get another stoppage. So what's going on here?
I'm really confused at what just happened there because they had just spiked it the play previously.
Did they not?
I swear that they did. So I don't know what is going on.
So 3rd down apparently, according to the booth here.
No, it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 10. So no idea. 3 receivers on the far sideline. We'll try to figure that out during the half. Rolling out, looking to throw now is Brousseau. It's going to be a tightly contested ball, and it's caught in double coverage. 5 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go. as they will quickly get to the line. I can't believe that was caught.
Yeah, that was an amazing play right there. Again, made by Milo House.
They're going to have to quickly spike the ball for 3. They will spike it. 3 seconds to go. So lots of confusion to end this half.
Well,
lots going on.
I'd be upset if I was North Attleboro because I should have an extra 8 seconds on the clock right now.
I don't understand what happened during that whole sequence. But
I really don't know either because it was at 23 seconds and it trickled down to 21 and they spiked it.
That's what I thought. And then they rolled the clock to 13, which then the clock stopped again. So I don't know. That was a very confusing sequence. But either way, with 3 seconds to go, North Attleboro has the ball on the KP 39. It'll be 2nd and 10. They're going to have to take one shot here towards the end zone, I'd assume. There's 5 defenders for King Philip lined up along the end zone. Rolling out. Brousseau looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's down. The ball might be out. Either way, the half will end as the play is ruled dead. No time left in the half. It is 14-10 KP. They will take the lead into the half on MyFM 101.3. We'll come back with some thoughts at the halftime show next.
Want to make your event unforgettable? Let the 101.3 MyFM event marketing team bring the energy and excitement. Whether it's a festival, corporate event, or community celebration, we've got you covered with live broadcasts, DJ equipment, rentals, and more.
We'll work with you to create a custom bundle that fits your needs. Visit myfmtoday.com and fill out our EMT request form. Let's make your next big occasion one to remember. Together with MyFM.
Have you been to Galliford's Restaurant and Tavern at Southwick Zoo in Mendon? The Brewer family welcomes you to enjoy their delicious, freshly prepared entrees. Galliford's is not just a restaurant, but a culinary experience, featuring family-style New England comfort food. Check out the Daniels Room, a private function room to accommodate any occasion needed, even a wedding on the grounds of the zoo. The holiday season is waiting for you at the zoo. Go to Southwick Zoo's website to check the date and times of the all-new holiday experience. Make Southwick Zoo and Galliford's a holiday tradition.
Do you want your business, team, or family to look their best? Head to the Embroidery Bar in Milford, your local shop for custom embroidery and t-shirt design. From shirts to hats, cups to flasks, if you can dream it, they can stitch it.
I'm John, co-owner of the Embroidery Bar. We're right here in Milford, and we love helping local schools, teams, and businesses show off their pride. Big or small, we've got you covered.
Stop by the Embroidery Bar at 208 Main Street, 2nd floor, right here in Milford. Or you can visit them online at theembroidery-bar.com. The Embroidery Bar in Milford, the local go-to for looking your best.
I need new glasses, but those chain stores are all the same. Rush service, limited choices.
That's why we're at Joseph and Thomas Opticians. They've been in Milford for over 38 years, and their selection is amazing.
Wow, these frames actually fit me, and they're helping me pick the best lenses for my lifestyle.
That's the difference. Personal service, great quality, and no pressure.
You're right. Forget the chains. This is where I'm coming from now on.
Joseph and Thomas Opticians. Trusted on site. Find us at 138 South Main Street, Milford.
You know that amazing feeling when you hit every green light on Main Street? Woohoo! Take that feeling with you when you start shopping for your new home. With a mortgage pre-approval from Milford Federal, you've got the green light to find your dream home. Why get pre-approved? Well, peace of mind, competitive edge, and savings. With your pre-approval, Milford Federal will pay for your appraisal when you find your home. And with your pre-approval in hand, it's nothing but green lights through closing. Appraisal fee to be credited at closing. New purchase, construction, or refinance customer only. Offer cannot be used in conjunction with any other discounts. Offer must be confirmed with application. Valid 2/24/2025 while offer lasts. Offer subject to change at any time. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 465956. Visit your local branch today to get pre-approved or apply online at milfordfederal.com.
This high school broadcast is being sponsored in part by All Temps Systems. At All Temps, they deliver the highest level of quality for your comfort. Experienced technicians, customer-first mindset, and upfront pricing, all at All Temps. They service all brands and are licensed and fully insured on all services performed. Have All Temps service all of your home comfort needs for you and your family. All Temps is your #1 team. All Temps Systems, Pond Street in Milford.
At ABC Air Heating and Cooling, we believe in hard work, on the field and in your home, serving Northridge families with expert heating and cooling service. We're proud to sponsor this football season. Visit abcairheatingandcooling.com, where comfort wins.
Modern Design and Build out of Holliston is proud to sponsor your local high school football team. From dream kitchens to stunning home additions, we build it right here in your community. Visit designbuildmodern.com to book a free estimate and let's build something great together.
Don't be fooled by the name Pepperoncini's Pizzeria. It's not just pizza. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill at East Main Street in Milford is a family restaurant with a full menu for your full family. From their great tasting appetizers to game time wings on the bone tossed in a multitude of different flavors. Pepperoncini's offers catering for all corporate events as well as private parties. For the best pizza in the Milford area, it's Pepperoncini's. Bring the family to Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill. You won't leave hungry. Gluten-free pizza on the menu.
Whoa! Oh.
Oops, sorry.
That's fine, honey.
Mom, I'm home from practice, and I brought the whole team.
Oh, the floor. Okay, that's great. No, that's great.
Hey, honey. Can you believe all the rain?
Oh, we need new floors.
Milford Hardwood, South Main Street, Milford. Your hardwood flooring professionals with a large selection of hardwood flooring to meet your budget. Pick up a sample today.
Are you thinking about buying a new car or maybe looking to refinance an existing car loan? At Homefield Credit Union, we offer competitive rates on new car purchases as well as car loan refinancing. And with our Auto Advisor program, Homefield Credit Union can help you get a fair and competitive price on a new or used vehicle while financing directly with the credit union. Homefield Credit Union, banking with a Homefield advantage. Stop by or call today, 508-839-5493, 138 South Main Street in Milford and at 86 Worcester Street in North Grafton.
Milford Regional Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine offers physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and sports and services at convenient appointment hours in Milford, Franklin, and Northbridge. To learn more, visit milfordregional.org/rehab. UMass Memorial Health Milford Regional is committed to providing exceptional healthcare services to our community with dignity, compassion, and respect.
Milford Tire and Service is not just a tire store. With years of continuous high-quality service, the folks at Milford Tire know what it takes to protect your family when it comes to high-quality, safe tires. Just before you take your family out for your next long or short summer trip, Milford Tire asks you to just take a quick walk around and check the tire tread left on your car. At Milford Tire, they do a full range of repairs, alignments, brakes, struts, shocks, and other jobs, all guaranteed. At Milford Tire, your family's safety comes first, and your cars too. Milford Tire and Service, Route 140 in Hopedale.
Kick it!
Welcome back on into Gillette Stadium Division III Super Bowl action. Joe Rice, Dylan Patemry giving you the live call. Welcome to the Milford Federal Bank halftime show. There was a lot going on at the end of that half, but no harm, no foul for KP, who hold a 14-10 lead over North Attleboro, and they'll get the ball to start things in half number 2.
Yeah, they will. I'm a little jealous though, because we were just watching the halftime show, and I got to get this out of the way before we get into our halftime analysis, because they have a competition for a 20-yard field goal, and if you hit it, you get free Chick-fil-A for a year. Why was I not selected to go do that?
I think you're part of the media, Dylan, so I think that's probably why you weren't picked for the kick. But
that's like 20-yard field goal is like one of the easiest things in the world to hit. I could do that for free Chick-fil-A.
I could not.
Anyways,
all right,
we'll get on football discussion. So North Attleboro started things off, and it started with that fumble recovery that they got, right? So they were able to punch the football out from Canto, and that really shifted the momentum in their direction. And they went ahead down the field, big time play, an unfortunate injury, but still able to go in and score the ball, and that's what kicked things off for the scoring.
Yeah, that was the story of Nathaniel Robin. He's the one who really jump-started that drive offensively for them, and he puts in the exclamation point getting into the end zone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and he's been a key factor into this team in this entire first half. He's been in the running game now, taking over as the lead running back. He's been getting involved in the passing game a little bit out of the backfield as well, but not to be overshadowed on the other side of the field. KP, who started to find their field just a little bit more now, able to march himself down the field. Obviously, Gebhard runs in that 2-yard touchdown to get things started, but then a big-time play which ended up in a big injury. Luckily, Gebhard seems like he was okay, but he was able to scramble around, get them right to about the 1-yard line before he was knocked out, and Greenwood, the fullback, was able to punch that one in.
Yeah, so KP with 2 touchdowns here. North Attleboro with 1 touchdown and that 1 field goal. That put them up at the time ahead for the second time of the day. But when you exchange touchdowns and field goals, that's not what you need.
Yeah, it really isn't. But I have to say I've been quite impressed with the North Attleboro team so far. I thought for sure that it was going to be a lot more in favor of King Philip. And when we look at the stat sheet for total yards, North Attleboro has actually outgained King Philip by 5 yards, 187 to 182. Obviously, the difference is that when you thought this was going to be a run game for both teams, well, King Philip's run 131 yards, whereas North Attleboro has passed for 131 yards.
Right, yeah, it's almost completely inverse, as North Attleboro has only ran the ball for 56 yards, and obviously KP, as you mentioned, Dylan, 131 on the ground. KP is 4 for 4 when passing the football. Gebhard hasn't been asked to do a ton in this game, but when he's called upon, he's been very, very good.
Yeah, he really has been. He's been quite impressive. Obviously, he hasn't really been asked to run the ball a whole lot either, so that helps. He's ready to go out and throw that ball, so when his number does get called to throw the pass, he's been good, and he had that one play, which I believe was thrown to Kyle Danson down here with pressure in his face, 2 defenders either side of Danson, and just dropped that one right into the breadbasket.
Yep, that was the 17-yard pass to Danson. As you mentioned, Gebhard under pressure. He's 4 for 4 for a total of 51 passing yards on top of his 2 rushes for 19 yards and a touchdown. Let's look at the other side of things. Frankie Strachan, obviously the big story offensively going into this game. He doesn't look like he's coming back out onto the field for the rest of this one.
No, it doesn't look like he's gonna be back at all, and that's really tough. But I have to say, this North Attleboro team has really been able to still rally behind themselves and go out and make competitive football. And they've kept this one close, and I think they're well within this game and could easily come back and win this thing. I mean, I think the impressive thing is right, they've thrown for 131 yards. That's been on 3 plays.
Yes.
2 really big plays, both actually for 56 yards. The one for Robin, who went all the way downfield and carried a defender for 15 yards. And then that other one streaking down the middle of the field that ultimately led to the field goal by Ryan Gustafson for 56 yards. Obviously, you would have rather that one go in for an end zone after another big passing play.
Brousseau, 3 for 7 so far, but with that 131, as you mentioned. 2 catches so far for a total of 112 yards. And another 19-yard catch for Ryan Thompson have been the 3 big plays. How do you get this offense more involved here in half number 2?
Are you talking for North Attleboro?
North Attleboro.
Yeah, I think you got to keep going with the mix of plays. I think you still got to go with the running game. I think maybe you keep looking for those deep passes, because the more you keep running the ball, King Philip is not really committing a lot of bodies playing with any deep players, any deep safety coverage. So if you run the ball on first down and maybe you get a good chunk of yardage to make it a 2nd and short, that's when you take your deep shot again and can potentially go deep and get another big-time play. I don't really think there's a whole lot, I would say, from North Attleboro to change offensively. I feel like offensively they've been pretty solid so far, so I would kind of stick with the game they've got so far and don't shy away from the run game, because that's what's been allowing you to open up that passing game.
KP with a chance to put themselves in the driver's seat with this upcoming possession, trying to go up by 2 possessions. How do they get there?
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. You got to keep running the ball, but I would almost be inclined to start throwing the ball a little bit more, because the run game hasn't been phenomenal, but it hasn't been bad either. I think getting that solid mix between Talon King and along with Keegan Canto, although so far today I'd have to say King has looked like the better back. He's definitely been better running through the offensive line.
The halftime show brought to you by Milford Federal Bank has come to an end. We will keep it here on MyFM 101.3 as both teams are ready for second half action. As I mentioned previously, it will be King Philip football to start half number 2. Tonight's MyFM presentation of the Division III Super Bowl is brought to you by Cannell Roofing in Rentham. Check out how they can protect your home at cannellroofing.com. Looks like we're just about ready to go here for half number 2 as the, what would you even call that guy? The ad guy tells them that they're good to go?
I think they're called a runner.
All right, the runner tells the referees that we're good to go for half number 2 as North Attleboro will point to both sides. And here comes half number 2 of the D3 Super Bowl. It is a liner kick that will be kicked straight out of bounds to begin the second half. That's not how you want to start if you're North Attleboro.
No, but they've been kind of teetering on that line all day long with kicking the ball and trying to aim it just around there. And I'm not 100% certain what the rules are in high school football about kicking the ball out. I know in the NFL it gets moved out to the 40-yard line.
So I believe it's the 35, but anything beyond that, it will be at the spot.
Gotcha. So they're kind of just trying to target right around that 35-yard line to spot them. I mean, it was kicked out right at the 33-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for KP at the 38-yard line. So it was kicked out of bounds after the 35.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it will be I form for KP as they come out on the near hash. 1st and 10. 12 minutes to go in half number 2. Here is the snap, and it's a handoff right up the middle. Should say 12 minutes to go in quarter number 3, not half number 2. There's 24 to go in half number 2. As the first handoff goes to Canto, and it will be a gain of a few.
Yeah, solid gain there from Canto running up the middle. Again, I just like his game a lot better when he's running towards the sideline. I know you can't run to the sideline every single time because then it becomes predictable, but they're going to get a good switch and split of carries here between the two backs.
2nd and 6. I form. No wide receiver lined up to the outside. They'll give it to the second back through. Big lane this time, trying to get towards that first down marker, and he might have got there. I believe that was King.
Yeah, King was right around the line to gain. We'll see if they give it to him.
Yep.
And yeah, they are going to. In the first half, they did split carries, both getting 10-10. Canto got 49 yards, whereas King got 58. So pretty even split of share.
Yeah, I think that is by design. They want to keep these guys fresh throughout the game. As a man goes in motion. Again, I form for King Philip. Here is the snap. Second back through. I believe it's King again. He gets into North Attleboro territory, bashing his way past the 45-yard line down to about the 44.
Yeah, and I mean, right now this run game is really opening up. North Attleboro had done a good job of stuffing them a couple times close to the line of scrimmage, but unable to do so here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going with the run game. And going back to splitting those carries, I think you continue to do that until maybe you get later in the game, and then maybe you start feeding the hot hand.
2nd down and 4 ball on the North Attleboro 44-yard line. Again with the I form. King Philip not messing around here to start the second half. Second back through. He'll go through the middle of the defense, and he's going to get past the first down marker. Another first down for KP.
Yeah, Canto Osorio again getting his way on through as he's able to go ahead and get the first down. It's just pretty much a machine, and this is kind of what I was expecting out of this KP team. And North Attleboro had done a good job of limiting the run game from the Warriors, but right now they are looking like a tough team to deal with.
Especially as this game continues to get cold. You keep taking hits. You don't want to hit these players as much anymore. I form again. 9:50 to play in the third quarter. Second back through again, going towards that left side of the offensive line. Fighting his way for a couple is Canto.
Yeah, there's the stop that we'd seen a couple times there in the first half. This time limits them to just a gain of 2. But we'll see what they opt to go with here on second down, if maybe you pull out a play-action play or you just go back to that I formation.
Senior captain Nathan Rivera in on that stop for North Attleboro. 9:15 to play in the third quarter. Second down and 8. Ball on the North Attleboro 38-yard line. I form for King Philip. Here is the snap. Second back through. It's King. He's fighting his way towards the 35. He gets past the 35 to about the 30, we'll call it 2-yard line.
Yeah, a much better job this time from North Attleboro. The main guy, Cam Villalpando, who's in there to help stuff it up along with a bunch of the other players on the big red. It's going to force a third down here in 3. We'll see if they stick with the run game. I mean, they've been able to get 3 or 4 yards each time, and they can also go for it on fourth down. Wouldn't be surprised to see the I formation.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be 4-down territory from now on here, assuming that it's not 4th and a million. Third down and 3 right now, I form. Here is a snap. It'll be the second back through again. Fighting his way and squeezing his way past the first down marker again is King.
Yeah.
He's saying, feed me, like Zeke.
Well, you don't want to get like Zeke, but
Yeah. No, you don't want to feed him that way.
But yeah, keep feeding King the ball because he's powering his way through, and I mean, shockingly able to squeeze his big body through that hole and fight for the first down. And this is going to be a tiring drive for this North Attleboro defense.
Under 8 to play in the third quarter. King Philip trying to go up by a couple possessions. They have first and 10 at the North Attleboro 26-yard line. They put everyone in motion, and now they'll set, and they'll give it to the first back through the fullback, and he'll fight for about 3.
Yeah, that time trying to get it to Greenwood, maybe just trying to throw North Attleboro off. Obviously, you're expecting it to be handed off to the halfback King, but they were not really fooled much at all, even though it is a pretty solid gain there for the Warriors.
Second down and 7, ball on the 23, 7:25 to go in the third. King Philip quickly gets back to the line. Again, no wide receivers lined up on the outside. They know what's coming, North Attleboro does. Here is the snap, and they'll give it to the second back through, and I believe it's Canto. He's quickly taken down. Looked like he had a bigger hole there, and he elected not to take it.
Yeah, they kind of tried to go with the misdirection there on that play, faking like they were going to the strong side, cutting back to the weak side. There was a hole probably up the middle. Instead, Canto tried to bounce to the outside where there was a lot of white shirts ready to take him down.
So, according to the scoreboard, third down and 6 after the pickup of only 1 yard. Ball will be at the North Attleboro 22-yard line. Huge play for both sides here as nearly half of the quarter has been wasted here. Everyone uptight. One receiver lined up on the outside on the far side. Now he'll be in motion. Here is the snap. They'll fake the handoff. Now wide open and making the catch this time is King Philip, but he goes to the ground to make the catch. He would have been in the end zone otherwise. And that was number 35, Greenwood, on the catch. He just had to make sure he caught it.
Yeah, good job there on the play action. Rolling across back across his body there was Gebhard as he goes and throws that ball across as we're getting all sorts of angles. He does just enough. It looked like he actually threw it to his back shoulder. If he had thrown it to him going forward, like you mentioned, he had the end zone. Back shoulder, he fell over, but they get the first down, and that's what's important.
First and 10, under 6 to play in the third quarter. Ball will be at the North Attleboro 14. Shotgun formation with a man in motion. Here is the snap. There's a flag immediately, and it's Canto who rolls into the end zone. We'll see what the flags are here as another flag flies. So curious to see what the calls are.
I think these might both end up being on King Philip. I think we might have an illegal shift, and then I think we might have a personal foul after the play.
So King Philip, the offensive remaining out on the field, they didn't celebrate at all. There was no touchdown signal. All indications point towards King Philip penalties.
Well, and if it is the case where they're both against King Philip, those get stacked as well, and those will push King Philip back really far. But if they're both on either side,
they'll offset, correct?
I'm not sure what happened because
right,
we've had some
point.
weird scenarios in high school football where they cancel out, they accept both
the
penalties
net or whatever,
and do the net or something. So the refs are coming together. So with 2 flags, obviously, could cause some confusion. This might make me think that it might be on both teams instead for this time.
This is where I'm thankful they have the microphones.
Exactly. We're going to have to go ahead and listen in. But they are all meeting right now and still discussing the possibilities. Because as you mentioned, there was 1 flag thrown right at the start. So that would make me think it's either offsides or it was an illegal shift. And then I did see a North Attleboro player down by the sideline as that flag was thrown. But it could also be a holding call, too. I mean, I can keep talking and speculating.
Well, the reason why we're speculating so long is because the referees are still having a conversation as if it's not 19 degrees out there.
So I think they're trying, but the good thing is that they're going to get this call right. And that's the most important part, is that they're discussing over every single play, and I think high school makes the rules a little more confusing than they need to be as well, though.
As the conversations continue to roll on. They're not in a tight circle either.
So was there 3 flags
Looks like
thrown?
they're social distancing out
because that ref just got his flag picked up, and there's another flag right there. And there might be 3 flags on this play, or 2 flags were thrown for the same situation. All right, here we go. Here's the replay. Now, is there a hold? That's a hold right there.
Definitely a hold on 44.
So there's a hold. Is there a hold and a personal foul? Oh, no. So I think
that was
2
on the hold.
flags were thrown for the hold.
But what is the conversation here? This is driving me insane.
So
we still are waiting for an official signal. For some reason, the referees are going to have a conversation with the King Philip coaches.
Well, and they're having one with North
the North Attleboro coach as well. But why are we doing this before the official calls?
Well, so there might have been some play after. I'm not sure if there's something that happened after the play that might cause for someone to be thrown out.
Again, this is a speculation, just pure speculation. So,
guys, I'm just trying to fill the time.
Yeah, I mean,
here,
this is.
We
could have taken a huge commercial break during this time. That's how long it's been.
We could, but we never know when they're going to come back here and give us the official announcement. Because this is the longest I've ever seen refs go and discuss. And now one of the refs is talking with the chain guys over there. He's like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I know about as much as you right now.
This can't happen. This is taking way too long.
No,
I'll just flat out
agree.
say it.
I have no clue what could possibly take explaining all this, unless they're talking about which penalties are being accepted.
Are we going to get a call here?
Are we going to get?
Oh wait, hold on. Now
the
other refs are going to go to the other side.
Now he's going to go talk to the other head coach.
So what did you have for dinner tonight, Dylan?
Well, actually, the food here was pretty good. I had the chicken tenders, which were good, and they were nice and crispy. And then I had some mac and cheese, and the green beans here, or string beans, whatever you want to call them, were really good because the way they were cooked and in a sauce. And now I'm hungry again, Joe.
Here we go.
Thank you. We knew that.
Sideline warning, North Attleboro. Holding King Philip. Personal foul, King Philip again. Okay, so that they have to subtract 25 yards from King Philip.
What?
I didn't hear that last part, but either way, lot.
Well, so because holding's a spot foul.
Correct.
So it should be backed from wherever that spot foul was, which looked like it was probably about the 12.
Okay.
And then an extra 15 for the personal foul on the sideline.
Right.
I thought.
So they backed him up. Right now the ball is placed at around the 35, which would be all in all a loss of about 21 yards due to the penalties.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. We can get started now.
Here we go, finally. All right. First and we'll call it 31. Thank you, Sam. 2 receivers on the far sideline, 1 on the near. Here's the snap rolling out. And looking to throw is the quarterback. He'll dump it off to Canto, who's got a bit of space here. And now he's taken down by North Attleboro, but decent chunk of yardage back.
There should be a flag on that play. There was a lineman about 12 yards downfield and another one 5 yards downfield, and it wasn't called because it was supposed to come to this near side, and then they turned back to the far sideline. There was 2 linemen well downfield.
Well, you know what? After all that time, I'm good with no more penalties the rest of the way.
I'm just calling what I see.
No, I agree. I mean, it probably should have been a penalty, but let's leave them be for now. Second down from the, we'll call it 28-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the far, 2 on the near. Snap. Gabbard looking to throw. He'll throw it deep over the middle and broke it up, or is it caught? It's broken up, nearly making that interception with one hand is number 15, Milo House.
Well, no, it was number 26 who made that play right there,
me.
Kenny Jean. Kenny Jean, who just came across all the way. It looked like he was sure enough beat across the middle of the formation. He comes across that middle and swats that one out of the hands. It was going to land perfectly for Connor McDonald for a big-time touchdown and a momentum swinger for KP. Instead, it's incomplete.
Yes, it was Jean who broke it up. House was in on the play as well as the safety, but it was Jean who made that play. Third down and 24 from the 28-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Gabbard looking, rolling. Now he'll throw and just get rid of it out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 24. KP's drive stalls after the 2 penalties.
Well, I'm guessing. I know it's 4th and really, really long, but punting here just makes no sense whatsoever.
Right,
so
you're kind
probably
of in no man's land.
You're probably just going to chuck it up towards the end zone, realistically. And we're going to see something that we probably won't see again in this game, which is KP throwing the ball 4 times in a row.
Well, KP better hope that doesn't happen again, because that means they're in control.
Exactly.
4th down and 24. The offense will remain on the field. 14-10. King Philip has the lead and the football. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers near sideline, 1 on the far. Running back at each hip of the quarterback. And now we'll get a stoppage. We're going to get a timeout here. Who's going to call it?
KP. That's just an awful
timeout,
place
King
to use a
Philip.
timeout.
So we'll take a quick break ourselves here, and on the other side, we'll get that 4th down play next on MyFM 101.3.
When you sponsor with the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, you're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today.
Back here at the Division III Super Bowl. Tonight's MyFM presentation of the Division III Super Bowl is brought to you by Cannell Roofing in Rentham. Check out how they can protect your home at cannellroofing.com. 4th and 24 for King Philip. Here's the snap. Shotgun formation. They're looking to throw deep down the far sideline. And did he come down with it? No. It's broken up. It looked like for a second it might have landed in his lap, but the ball did break free. It'll be a turnover on downs. It looked like there was also some contact along that far sideline.
I was just about to say, I have no idea how that was not called pass interference. I mean, 26 does not turn around at all and is making contact with the wide receiver down there. And, I mean, throwing it into double coverage, there's no reason he should have a chance to do that. I mean, to me, that's clear as day pass interference.
I tell you what, he almost came down with that football. The ball was there. The ball was there for McGrath to come down with it, but he just couldn't come down with it as he was going to the ground. So it'll be a turnover on downs. North Attleboro will take over for their first possession of half number 2, and they'll come out in an empty set. It's Brousseau in the shotgun. Here is the snap. He'll roll out to the left side. He's just going to tuck and run. He'll get to the 30, trying to get towards that 35. He'll run out of bounds at about the 32.
Well, we didn't see that a lot early on from Brousseau, but then come towards the end of the first half, we saw that a couple of times out of him where it's kind of like an option in a sense. I mean, the first option is to look for a pass, but if not, just keep rolling out to the near sideline and go and carry it. It looks like he has the leeway to go ahead and do that.
He is North Attleboro's leading rusher currently. He has 5, or now this is his 6th rush. He had 5 for 26 in the first half. It is 2nd down and 6, ball on the 32 of their own. Man in motion. Another empty set. Brousseau from the gun. He's got 2 men on the far side. He's going to look to throw. He's going to step into one and fire it deep down the far sideline. It's underthrown and intercepted. King Philip has the football to the plus territory of North Attleboro, and they'll take over right around the 40. A huge turnover.
Yeah, I think that was Patrick Theriot who came away with that number 11, and as soon as I saw Brousseau release that one, I was like, that one's getting picked. He lofted it. There was coverage all over him. There was just absolutely no chance that was reaching the intended receiver house on that one. KP gets the ball straight back.
Looks like they have a fake snake over on that far sideline at King Philip. Must be the turnover snake.
Yeah, that must be. There must be some hidden thing behind it, or inside joke, or something we're missing.
They take over 1st and 10 from the North Attleboro 43-yard line. North Attleboro gets the key stop, but only has the ball for a couple of plays. Next possession here for King Philip starts with a Canto handoff, who goes nowhere, and in fact might have lost a couple.
Yeah, it looks like he lost about 3 right there, and it's going to require another tough stop from this North Attleboro team, who really benefited from the big-time penalties as KP was knocking on the door of the end zone, and there is no doubt that this North Attleboro defense is tired, and they have to keep on dealing with the run game. But they do back them up 3 yards here to set up a 2nd and 13.
2nd down and 13, 3:35 to go in the third quarter. KP has virtually had this ball the entire second half. 2 running backs at each hip, shotgun formation. Now a man goes in motion. Here is the snap. They'll give it to the man going to the right side of the offensive line. And breaking the tackle that time, I believe, is King. Another broken tackle. He'll fight his way close to the 30-yard line. A nice run right there by Talon King.
Yeah, it's really tough if you just try and lunge at his legs. He's going to keep on driving those and able to slip on out of these tackles. I mean, he just runs to the near sideline, breaks one tackle, and then keeps on chugging along, absorbs another one. It takes 3 guys to finally bring him down.
Ruggiero looked like he might have had him for 1 or 2 yards, but King fights through it, and it's a 1st down for KP. I form this time, 1 receiver on the far sideline. They're going to give it back to King, who's going to bully his way past the 30-yard line, get to about the 29 or so.
Yeah, and when you play a team that just keeps on running the ball, it gets really tiring, and you really have to just lock yourself in. It really comes down to a mental battle with those guys down in the trenches.
Absolutely. This is a war of attrition at this point. If you're North Attleboro, you know what's coming, but King Philip also is just saying, all right, then stop us.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing, too, is with them leading, they're fine with running the ball, and they're going to keep on running this clock down.
Looks like a wishbone set this time. As they'll take the snap, they'll give it to the back behind the quarterback, fighting his way through. Canto, he gets close to that red zone territory at about the 21-yard line. That should be enough for another KP 1st down.
Yeah, good job there by Canto getting the 1st down, and he does really well in these situations where if you can just give him a small hole, he's able to bob and weave himself through, but if he has to absorb contact early, he can't really get his legs going and get his game. That's more of what King likes to do. He just needs that small crevice to pop himself through, and once he gets that, he really gets going.
1st and 10. King Philip, ball on the North Attleboro 21-yard line. They're trying to make that turnover pay. I form. Here is the snap. 2nd back through, fighting his way close to the 20, and down at about the 19 is, I believe, King. Yes, it's King.
Yeah, and I mean, just going to keep on going back to this I formation every single time. And if they're able to get 3 yards, they consider that a successful play. I mean, they're gonna run it on 4th down as well if it's 4th and short. That's all it really takes for them. Just keep on running the ball. And I mean, they've basically killed almost the entire third quarter.
Minute 9 to go in the third quarter. KP with the ball and in the red zone. 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 18 of North Attleboro. They're going to break out and go back into the I formation with no receivers lined up on the outside. Here is the snap. They'll give it to King on the second back through. He'll go to the left side. He's fighting his way, pumping his legs to the 10, past the 10 to around the 9 or 8 yard line, and you're starting to see the fatigue settle in here.
Yeah, and another thing from King there is he keeps on driving his legs. Then the offensive linemen come out, and they help him out and push him an extra 3 or 4 yards right there, able to get into first and goal. And, I mean, they can run one more play to kill this whole third quarter.
Took about 4 North Attleboro players to bring down Talon King. Here's the snap quickly, and into the end zone is Canto for the touchdown. King Philip converts after the turnover.
Yeah, I mean, that was just so easy for Canto, and I think it really comes down to the fatigue of this North Attleboro team. They had held up for so long and then turned the ball straight back over. You can see, I mean, just absorbing contact. No one really with good tackling form, and squirting his way through is King Philip.
20-10, KP with the lead, trying to make it an 11-point game. Here is the snap. The kick is up, and it is right through. King Philip with a 21-10 lead. There's 24 seconds to go in the third quarter. When we come back, we will see if North Attleboro can respond on MyFM 101.3.
At Imperial Cars, we're proud to support our local schools by contributing a portion of our business proceeds to purchase notebooks, binders, pens, pencils, crayons, markers, and other classroom essentials. Our Crayon the Van initiative is providing hundreds of local students and teachers with the school supplies and classroom supplies they need for a strong start to the school year. Because every student deserves a strong start. For over 30 years, Imperial Cars has been getting your family safely down the road and driving community impact.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, 24 seconds to go in the third quarter. KP has expanded upon their lead. They lead 21-10 over North Attleboro, who's barely had the ball this quarter.
Yeah, and they're going to have a tough time because they're going to have to go down and score and then get the ball back without too much time coming off.
Line drive kick this time. It'll be picked up by Ruggiero, and he'll take it to about the 25.
Yeah, he made the business decision of not wanting to get hurt. So what does he do? Dives straight at the knees of the King Philip player.
So North Attleboro with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll have first and 10 from the 25. They've got to go 75 yards to make it a one-possession game yet again. Although I guess that's not necessarily true. It looks like they got a kicker over there as well.
Yeah, they do, but I mean, ideally, you do want to score on this drive right here.
7, right? You want 7 or 8.
You want 8.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the near sideline. Here's the snap, rolling out now, looking to throw, and he's under pressure immediately. He just kind of has to tuck and go up the middle. He ends up getting back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing after that. So no gain.
Yeah, it just didn't look like anything was developing there on the play as he rolled out towards the left side. Tried to look downfield, nothing there. Tries to run to the opposite side of the field, and there's all King Philip players there to take him down.
So that will do it for the third quarter. KP with a commanding 21-10 lead in this game. When we come back, possibly the final quarter of action here on MyFM 101.3.
Your home protects your family, so protect your home with new roofing, gutter upgrades, and fresh siding from Canal Roofing. Trusted workmanship, honest pricing, local crews. Canal Roofing, built to last. Visit canalroofing.com today. When you sponsor with the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, you're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, it is 21-10 KP, and they are 12 minutes away from a Division III state title. Tonight's MyFM presentation of the Division III Super Bowl is brought to you by Cannell Roofing in Rentham. Check out how they can protect your home at cannellroofing.com.
It's a big uphill battle that North Attleboro is going to have to climb because they don't have to score just once, but they got to go out and score twice, and that means they have to go and get a stop on KP. And even if they're able to get a stop on KP, they're going to be able to waste a lot of clock with how they're running the ball. So I would say that North Attleboro has to kind of go down and score in probably 2 or 3 minutes if they really want a chance at this game.
Well, North Attleboro's offense has really relied on the big plays in this game. 2 56-yard passes in this game were the reasons why they have 10 points on the board right now. So you got to kind of rely on those big plays again.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely going to be the big-time play. And it's really been the passing that's got that done for North Attleboro, but they do have to keep mixing in that run to keep King Philip honest and still trying to defend that run play.
They got 2nd and 11. The ball is on their own 24. They'll break huddle. Looks like they'll be in the shotgun here with a running back the 2 running backs at one hip, kind of stacked up next to each other. Brousseau will take the snap. He fakes the handoff. Now he'll take it himself. He's stacked up quickly. Maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and Brousseau has tried his best, and sometimes he's been able to get a good chunk of yards, but never too many. And on that time, he's barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now a big 3rd down coming up. And, I mean, in all honesty, they're going to have to go for it on 4th down here, down 2 possessions, no matter what.
Yeah, you're not even sure how many more possessions you'll have in this game. I agree with you. They have no choice here. Shotgun formation. They're going to put a man in motion going towards that far sideline. Here's the snap. Rolling out to the left side is Brousseau. Now he'll go back into the middle of the pocket. He'll throw. It's caught by North Attleboro. And that was right over the hands of a King Philip defender. I thought it was going to be intercepted for a minute there.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Instead, he's able to connect with Gustafson. He just floats that one over the defender. He really didn't have many options. Defender's barreling down on him, and he does. He lofts it to Gustafson, and it goes just over the head there of Kyle Danson.
So it'll be 1st and 10. The ball is on their own 43-yard line. North Attleboro working with a little more urgency. Empty set this time, 3 receivers near, and 1 on the far side. Here's the snap. Brousseau looking to roll out. Now he'll tuck and run through the middle of the field. He gets past midfield and into King Philip territory, down to about the 47-yard line, maybe the 46.
Well, I mean, that's just really good improvisation right there from Dylan Brousseau, who's just trying to really carry this team on his back and do anything he can to will them into the end zone.
10:25 to play in the 4th quarter. King Philip trying to prevent North Attleboro from finding pay dirt. 3 receivers on the near sideline, 1 on the far. Empty set. Brousseau from the gun. Here's the snap. He's going to roll out. He's looking to throw. He'll just kind of throw it off his back foot, and it will land incomplete. It was kind of a dump pass that time.
Yeah, he was trying to drop it off for Robin right there. There was a lot of pressure on him, and he was kind of falling backwards and trying to throw the ball downwards, and it just didn't quite work out for him, and instead sails it. So now they're going to have a 2nd and 10 here, and again, we really haven't seen too much of Brousseau having a steady step-back throw.
Yeah, I thought
rhythm.
I was gonna bring that up to you. I thought he could have set himself there. Either way, I form. 1 receiver on the near side. Here's the snap. They'll fake the handoff. Play action. Under pressure immediately, and he goes down. King Philip gets a huge sack.
Yeah, that is big time for them. I mean, they just blew straight through the offensive line with the way that there was free rushers like that. I thought it was a screen play, and instead there's just nobody there. Everybody locked up, and in fact, they just brought the extra blitzer on the near side, just unmarked, didn't run with a man running out of the backfield. And so now it is 3rd and real long to go.
Talon King was the first man in there to make the sack. He has had an impact on both sides of the football. 3rd and 19 now. The ball is now in their own territory. Time continues to tick down after the sack. 9:15 to play in the 4th. Empty set. Here is the snap, rolling out, but we're going to get a stoppage here. We're going to get a timeout, King Philip. And the coaches on King Philip's side are not too happy, so maybe they saw something, and maybe North Attleboro would have had a big play if they didn't call that timeout. Either way, we'll take a break here and come back on the other side on MyFM 101.3.
I need new glasses, but those chain stores are all the same. Rush service, limited choices.
That's why we're at Joseph and Thomas Opticians. They've been in Milford for over 38 years, and their selection is amazing.
Wow, these frames actually fit me, and they're helping me pick the best lenses for my lifestyle.
That's the difference. Personal service, great quality, and no pressure.
You're right. Forget the chains. This is where I'm coming from now on.
Joseph and Thomas Opticians. Trusted on site. Find us at 138 South Main Street, Milford.
At ABC Air Heating and Cooling, we believe in hard work, on the field and in your home, serving Northridge families with expert heating and cooling service. We're proud to sponsor this football season. Visit abcairheatingandcooling.com, where comfort wins.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, 9:13 to play in regulation. North Attleboro has a third and scoreboard says 18. Ball on the 46. North Attleboro's got to come up with a huge conversion. Got to assume that it's going to be 2 more plays, Dylan.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the key part is you don't need to get all 18 here. I'd say if you could get a good chunk, 8 to 10 would be pretty solid.
Here's the snap. Looking to roll out now is Brousseau. He'll stop. He'll set his feet, huck it deep down the field. Lots of contact. The ball's intercepted, and now it'll be pushed out of bounds, but I think they'll mark that as a catch. There's no flag for the contact. There's going to be a brief conversation between referees.
I don't think that he came down and completed the catch on that play.
They're calling it an interception.
He collides with his guy. He never fully has control of the ball, in my opinion. Looking back at the replay, it never looks like he collides with his own guy. They're not going to show it again. I mean, I know they give the interception, but he came across. There was some questionable contact that could have probably been called off, or defensive pass interference as well. I'm just not too sure that he came away and completed the catch on that one. But again, myself and basically everyone doesn't know what a catch is.
9:03 to play in regulation. King Philip trying to take the air out of this ball game after another turnover. 2 turnovers in this half, both of which via interceptions. 3 running backs in the backfield. They'll give it to the third back through. It's Canto who's looking to get the edge. He'll get close to that first down marker where he's pushed out of bounds along that far sideline.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just about shy of the first down right there. It'll set up a 2nd and short, but he does go ahead and get out of bounds, which stops the clock, which is really what you don't want to do here. You would have been better off just sliding down.
2nd and 2, 8:55 to play. North Attleboro with 3 timeouts, if you're wondering. 21-10. King Philip with the ball and the lead.
They could use a big-time fumble here.
They already had one so far. They'll give it to Canto, the man who did fumble, but he'll cut his way through. He's got plenty for the first down. He'll barrel his way to the 40.
Yeah, and I think this is where Canto will feast, as they're probably going to take him out, as they'll give the clear change of him and King back and forth, but with lots of tired bodies out there on the field and the speed that Canto has, he'll be able to break off a couple of tackles and potentially house one.
With every first down, a comeback is looking less and less likely for North Attleboro. We're past 8.5 to play in regulation.
Yeah, and now at this point, King Philip will not even set themselves until they see the back judge's hand go up.
Now it goes up with 5 seconds. Under center is the quarterback. 3 backs behind him. Here's the snap. They'll give it to King to the right side of the offense. Pushing his way past the 40, but won't get much further. He'll get to about the 42.
Yeah, but you'll take those 3-yard carries every single time, because then that makes you use all 3 of your downs before getting that first down, and just even more clock being ticked off and shaved from this game.
Then you're going to start playing the logistics game. Okay, if we get the ball back, we'll probably get it with about 5 minutes left. Yes, they'll have 3 timeouts, but they got to score quickly, which has been difficult.
Yeah, exactly, and that's been the problem. But they have been able to try and throw the ball deep down the field and really stretch the field of play.
7:34 to play, fourth quarter. 3 backs lined up in the eye, stacked up. Here is the snap. They'll give it to the third back through. King right through the middle. Gets to about the 45 where he's driven back. Staying ahead of the change is King Phillip.
Yeah, it's going to bring up probably a 3rd and 4, and this is huge for North Attleboro. Not many times you're going to get them in 3rd down situations, and 3rd and 5 they're actually calling it. This is the chance to come up and make the big-time stop, because if you can't make this one, another about 2 minutes are going to come off the clock.
King Phillip breaks the huddle. They'll be in the shotgun. Quarterback has running backs at each hip. One receiver on the far sideline, 2 on the near. Here's the snap. It's going to be a pass. Looking to throw Gebhard, and it's incomplete. That's a huge play for North Attleboro to stay alive as the clock will stop with 6:34 to play.
Yeah, they were trying to hit Canto just on a quick out route out of the backfield and just completely misconnecting as they absolutely missed their target, throwing it closer towards the sideline than towards Canto. It also stops the clock. Now 6:34. This is the chance North Attleboro wanted, and they have to take advantage of it. It's now or never. North Attleboro is actually bringing guys in to try and block
Yeah,
this.
it looks like they are going to try to block this punt. As lining up to punt right now is number 16, Nathan Crowley, and it's lined end over end down at about the 15. It keeps rolling to about the 5. Can they stop it before going into the end zone? And
no.
They're signaling. Did they stop it at the 1? They're celebrating. I think they're marking him down at the 1-inch line.
Wow.
What a play by King Phillip.
I thought for sure the gunner fell into the end zone, but he must have knocked the ball beforehand.
Wow.
No.
Oh, man, I don't know.
How is that?
Okay, now they're calling it a touchback. All right.
Yeah,
On the replay, it wasn't even close.
That's what I thought I saw first, so that's why I was like, no, it's not even close, and then they ruled it. And then now I was confused. I was like, is the rules different in high school than it is elsewhere? Because he clearly slid into the end zone.
So after
I think
a
they
brief
kinda,
scare.
I think while maybe not technically supposed to be in use, they kind of used the scoreboard there to help themselves out.
Well, let's huddle up real quick. Hold on. Let's take a peek up there.
Yeah,
okay, that's touchback.
Let's huddle on up. Hey, guys, can you roll the replay
exactly,
clip, please?
6:23 to play. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Shotgun formation. Brousseau going to roll out. He'll just tuck and run. Does he have a lane? Not really, as he's pushing forwards, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Looks like maybe 1.
Yeah, I think he might.
2.
1 or 2 yards right there on the carry. The clock will continue to run, though, and he has to now run all the way to the other side, get ready to call the other play. And this is why I think, as much as it's not necessarily their game, they're going to just have to start throwing it.
Yeah, I agree. You got to start to air it out. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, you can't just keep running these 3 or 4 yard quarterback keepers. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to win this game.
Scoreboard says no gains. We'll go with it. 2nd and 10, ball in the 20. Shotgun formation, snap. Brousseau looks to throw. He's going to dump it off on a screen pass, and not getting much is North Attleboro. Do they even get past the line of scrimmage? I'm not even sure.
I really don't think so. And the problem with that play is the whole point on a screen is that you design it so that the linemen sneak through towards the quarterback. This time, the defensive linemen of KP sniffed that one out the entire way, and they were able to shift out and go get the running back. And so the blocking downfield meant absolutely nothing.
That was Nathaniel Robin on the screen catch. He couldn't get much to work with. So as we tick under 5 to play, it'll be 3rd and 11. North Attleboro has done precisely nothing in the second half offensively.
Yeah, and I mean, there hasn't really been a whole lot of time either for Brousseau back in the pocket, but they got to try and make something work here.
3 receivers near sideline. Brousseau rolls. He's looking to throw. He'll set his feet. Now he'll fire along the sideline. Great coverage. Blanket coverage that time from King Phillip. And with 4:40 to play, down 2 possessions in 4th and long, they're going to
Well, they have to go for it.
I mean, I would assume, but it looks like the punting unit might be coming out.
I don't think so. But either way, going back to Zion Dumais, just absolutely insane coverage, just draped all over the receiver, and there was nothing going for that. They are punting the ball.
I told you. Don't doubt me. I'm smart.
Well, I just don't understand why you would punt the ball here.
As we're going to get a timeout here. So.
Well, now that's even worse because now you don't have your 3 timeouts. But again, I don't know. I don't know.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll discuss it on the other side here on MyFM 101.3.
Do you want your business, team, or family to look their best? Head to the Embroidery Bar in Milford, your local shop for custom embroidery and t-shirt design. From shirts to hats, cups to flasks, if you can dream it, they can stitch it.
I'm John, co-owner of the Embroidery Bar. We're right here in Milford, and we love helping local schools, teams, and businesses show off their pride. Big or small, we've got you covered.
Stop by the Embroidery Bar at 208 Main Street, 2nd floor, right here in Milford. Or you can visit them online at theembroidery-bar.com. The Embroidery Bar in Milford, the local go-to for looking your best.
Back here at Gillette Stadium, North Attleboro takes a timeout to just punt. I don't understand.
Well, and King Philip is playing it safe. They're not letting them run a fake punt on them here. They have no one deep to return.
Man goes in motion for North Attleboro. They do punt it away, so they wasted a timeout effectively. It'll be kicked out of bounds at the 48 of North Attleboro's. It makes no sense to punt in that situation.
I really don't understand what the call was there because there's 4:30 on the clock now. You're down by 2 scores. This King Philip team has been basically next to impossible to stop in the run game. But when you do, I don't think they've really produced a single 3 and out on this King Philip team yet today. So what makes you think that you're going to do it now?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would have went for it on that 4th down, especially considering the punt landed in plus territory for King Philip anyways.
Yeah, and the other thing I understand is why was a timeout wasted right there either? And now you have one less timeout to call to stop the clock.
So now North Attleboro has 2 timeouts. They're down 2 possessions, and they punt the ball away. I-form. Ball on the North Attleboro 47. Canto on the handoff will get 1 or 2 yards. Either way, not much.
Yeah, and they're just going to stick with this I formation, and I think even if it does become a 3 and out, you take it and you just run the ball every single down and either waste the clock or force them to use a timeout.
2nd down and 8. King Philip obviously in absolutely no hurry as the clock will roll past 4 minutes to go. King Philip more than in the driver's seat here at this point. It would take a miracle for North Attleboro to come back. Looks like a full house set for King Philip once they get ready. Now they're ready as the back judge puts up 5 fingers under center. Quarterback will give it to King. Looked like he had more of a lane that time. He still pushes forward for about 4 or 5.
Yeah, he put that head down and just plowed his way through the defense, making it now a 3rd and short, and they'll be able to bring this one down to about 250.
As North Attleboro elects not to take a timeout here. 3rd down and 4, ball on the 41-yard line.
I mean, and realistically, if you don't get the 1st down here for KP, what's the risk in going for it as well to just try and close out the game?
Yeah, this could be 4 downs for KP for sure. Another full house set. No receivers spread out. Here's a snap. It's to King. He's got the 1st down to the 30. And he pushes past the 30 to about the 27. Another 1st down for KP.
Yeah, and I mean they can call a timeout if they want, but I mean the game is pretty much sealed at this point now. I mean they can run this clock down, and that's just what makes punting the ball away. It just made no sense to me. It looks like KP is in full control and that this game is just all but done.
2:34 to go, and the clock continues to roll down. King Philip looking to go 13-0 on the season and cap off an unbelievable year with a D3 Super Bowl.
Yeah, something they haven't done.
Here is the snap. They'll give it to Canto, pushing to the left side. He'll get to about the 25, stays in bounds to the 10, and he's pushed out of bounds. There is a flag. We'll see what that is, as there's a couple North Attleboro players on their backs. which tells me it could be a hold on the offense.
Yeah, and I understand Canto wants to go to the end zone. I can't blame him, but getting pushed out of bounds can't happen.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a holding on the offense. It will come all the way back. They'll repeat the first down. Looked like the hold was along the line of scrimmage, so I think they're going to start it from where the ball was originally spotted. Canto did a good job tight-roping that sideline, but he was pushed out, as you mentioned.
Yeah, King Philip looking to claim their 4th Super Bowl in their program's history.
What was most recent?
The most recent one was back in 2023. So they've made it to 5
Yeah,
five straight Super Bowls. They were in Division II for the last 4. They lost to Catholic Memorial twice in 2021, 42-18 and 27-7. Then defeated Mansfield 42-14 in 2023.
So 1st and 20, ball on the 37. 3 running backs behind the quarterback. It'll be the third back through. It's Canto, again, pushing to that left side of the offense. And he goes out of bounds again.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what they're going to rule. He went out of bounds. That just can't happen if you're KP. I mean, I know you've pretty much got this one covered, but you have to at least just fall down in bounds. Just going over the championships as well. Last year in Division II, they lost to guess who? Catholic Memorial, 39-21. Now they're in Division III, and they have just utterly dominated it.
So Canto picks up 10 on 1st and 20. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at the original line of scrimmage at the 27. 3 backs behind the quarterback. It will be the first back through, I believe. And it will be a gain of 3. As North Attleboro not stopping the clock right now.
Yeah, which is interesting because now it's 3rd down, right? And I know this is like a difficult situation to come back from, but you could stop the clock here. They run another play, you stop them, call a timeout. You got about 1:30. Again, I know it's next to impossible, but you give your team at least a chance. Instead, King Philip's just going to take their time and probably wind out the rest of this clock.
Minute 20. The clock continuing to roll down. 3rd and 7. The ball is at the 24. Full house set again for King Philip. Here's a snap. It'll be going to Talon King, who pushes forwards. He's going to be just short of that first down marker with a minute to go in the 4th quarter. And again, North Attleboro not taking any timeouts. They're content with this game ending.
Yeah, it seems like they know the result and are just going to let this game wind itself out. I mean, KP will go for it, and if they get the first down, the game's over. If not, then they get another. North Attleboro gets one more shot.
Fourth down and 3. Under 30 to go. As it looks like North Attleboro was jumpy on the hard count, and that should put the exclamation point on this game.
Yeah, that'll give them the first down right there with 24 seconds. All they got to do is kneel the ball down here.
Encroachment is the call. That will set up 1st and 10. So we'll see if that will continue to roll the clock down. Yeah, the clock will continue to roll. So King Philip does not have to run another play. We'll see if they do, as they are in victory formation. 13-12. Looks like they will take a knee. They will. King Philip are the Kings again. For the 4th time in program history, they have won the MIAA Super Bowl, and for the first time in D3, they've done it.
Yeah, I mean, just a dominant performance from King Philip, and it was a really close first half, and they just showed why they were in a different class in this second half as they go ahead and knock off the defending Super Bowl champions of Division III.
King Philip with a 21-10 victory over North Attleboro. We will come back and discuss it all next on MyFM 101.3.
When you sponsor with the MyFM Media Local Sports Network, You're not just supporting high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, and Milford Legion baseball. You're supporting the heart of our entire community. And here's the win. Local sports deliver a loyal audience. Parents, students, boosters, teachers, and fans all tuning in all season long. Your business gets unmatched visibility across radio, streaming, digital, and social media. It's the home team advantage. And it works. Stand out, give back, grow your business. Become a local sports network sponsor at myfmdigital.com. Book a meeting today. Your home protects your family, so protect your home with new roofing, gutter upgrades, and fresh siding from Cannell Roofing. Trusted workmanship, honest pricing, local crews. Cannell Roofing, built to last. Visit cannellroofing.com today.
Back here on My FM 101.3, we appreciate you tuning in for post-game coverage here. A 21-10 victory for King Philip. They have won another Super Bowl. They've had a great run.
Yeah, they have just been phenomenal, and they dominated and they went undefeated. And I mean, it was 13-0, right?
Yes.
I mean, just throughout this entire year, they've been such a great team and a really hard-working machine.
Tonight's post-game show is sponsored by Milford Nissan and Milford Nissan Collision Center. Thank you very much for tuning in. Joe Rice, Dylan Patemry. This was a close game in the first half, but it really felt like King Philip flexed their muscles in half number 2.
Yeah, and I was pretty shocked by how the game had began because I really thought that King Philip was going to have control of it for a majority of the game, and it was going to be a tough uphill battle for North Attleboro. But in the first half, North Attleboro was going and hanging with them, and obviously they had 2 of those really big-time plays that helped them out. And maybe if they go and score that touchdown to end the second half, maybe that changes things around. But come to the second half, it was all King Philip, and I mean they dominated out there on the field, and it was really the running game that helped them go ahead and raise the trophy up.
As they all are raising the trophy, as they all mob one another, King Philip caps off an undefeated, unbelievable season. North Attleboro on the other side, they come in. They are the Super Bowl champions last year for D3. They have to defend it against a tough opponent, and it just didn't pan out, especially when Frankie Strachan went down early.
Yeah, that's a tough loss as well to see for a team. You make it all the way to the Super Bowl and trying to defend yourself, and especially for Frankie Strachan, this is his final game of his high school career, and he gets injured, and it really does suck, and that does throw kind of a wrench in things for North Attleboro's plan. They couldn't quite get that running game going, although it was pretty decent. It wasn't the same as what it would have been, and it didn't really tire out this King Philip defense. I mean, that's what a guy with the size of Strachan does to you. He is a tough guy to bring down, and he tires down the defense in the run game, and they just didn't have a replacement for that, and their offense kind of looked broken down.
I'm taking a look at the North Attleboro side of things, and it looks like they're all down on one knee, obviously disappointed. The offense had to change a lot, obviously, with the injury. They just couldn't get things really mustered in the second half.
Yeah, it's a shame, and unfortunately for some of these guys like Dylan Brousseau as well, the quarterback, it's their last time, and so obviously they were with the team last year, though, that won the whole thing, so they'll have that to hold on to. But it's tough when it's your last game and you go out on a loss, and it's a tough pill to swallow. But come around in 5 or 10 years, they'll think back to last year when they won the Super Bowl and look about it with happy thoughts.
Panning now over to King Philip's side of things. They mob their fan section over on the far sideline. All the players slowly trickling over to the fan section, celebrating with them. I'm sure they have a lot of friends in that crew.
Yeah, there's nothing better than in high school. I mean, these are the guys that you've played with for so long, and you get to celebrate with them, and then you got all your friends who came out to watch you, all the family. You get to go celebrate it with them. It's a really great feeling for these kids to be able to go out and do it, especially after a lot of them probably suffered defeat last year in the Super Bowl, kind of on the opposite sides of things compared to the North Attleboro team.
I'm sure it tastes very sweet, the victory, after that tough defeat last year. Let's move on now. Let's talk a little bit about the Pepperoncinis player of the game. No question who it is.
Yeah, it's gonna go ahead and be given to Talon King right there. I mean, he didn't find the end zone, but he really was the dictator of the tempo for this game and the key to their running game because as much as Canto has been kind of the main guy this entire year and has been quite elite, today he was all Talon King and he was finding the holes he needed. He was plowing through defenders. He was hard to take down, and when they needed that big-time run, he was the guy they were going to on this one.
Well, that will do it for us for football coverage for this season. It's been a very, very, very fun season. We've done a lot as a station. Thank you for tuning in, whether it was one game, whether it was every single game. We appreciate you. There were so many people involved with the production. I can't name them all off the top of my head, but we're just thankful for another great year.
Yeah, so many great people have come and joined the crew and helped to grow us, and looking forward to more and more sports action.
Well, there's a lot of people that I got to thank, but specifically in this booth, I want to thank Dylan Patemry to my right for being a trooper all season, dealing with me. We got Ty McCormick doing the camera. He's been fantastic all season long. He was great to work with. Sam Smith behind me doing the production today. He's been awesome. He's been doing play-by-play as well as color. He's been awesome, even tonight doing the production. And Jason Wilson, correct? Jason Wilson back at the booth or at the studio. There's a lot of people involved with tonight's broadcast, and it's to bring you good coverage. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and for the last time for this football season, I will say good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to MyFM 101.3's coverage of high school football. Brought to you by Milford Federal Bank, Joseph and Thomas Opticians, Milford Regional UMass Memorial Health, Crystal Pool and Spa, The Embroidery Bar in Milford, All Temps System, Milford Hardwood, Oliva's Market Catering and Gourmet Gift Shop, Peppercini's, Winks Salon and Spa, ABC Air Heating and Cooling, Milford Tire Service, Southwick Zoo, American Climbers, GNC Plumbing and Heating, Flood Fire Pro, Modern Design and Build, and Milford Nissan and Milford Nissan Collision Center. Now we send you back to your regularly scheduled programming.